Good evening, everybody. How are we? It's Friday night. I'm just putting my hand cream on. Oh, my hands are very dry at the minute. Good evening, everybody. How are we all? First things first, can you hear me and can you see me? I have moved the studio around a little bit, so I think you can see me, but I don't know if you can hear me because the other computer is way across the other side of the room. So if you could just let me know all is good in that way, and then I will get cracking. So I will talk anyway. Even if you can't hear me, I'm still going to talk. That's a bit bad. Anyway, I am Lisa, as you all know, from the brand Lisa Horton Crafts, and I am in the studio every Friday night, and we talk about everything. We talk about everything from things I shouldn't be talking about. We talk about new releases. We can see and hear me. That's great. We talk about all the things we shouldn't be talking about. Well, I do. Anyway, you try and get information out of me. I tend to spill the tea, and that's the way it goes on a Friday. Okay, so there's always hellos, always 10 minutes of hellos. So if you don't like the hellos, please head off, grab yourself a cuppa, glass of wine, whatever you choose to do, and come back in 10 minutes because I always feel that you come to join me. It's what I do. The thing to do is go back and say hello to you all, isn't it, really? It'd be very rude not to. So I've been in the studio since 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm really hoping my battery's going to hold out. Oh goodness me, it's a lot of you here. Wow, okay, you see me scrolling. Okay, so right, first of all, you can see. Do you know what? After how many years of TV, I still can't get it right. You can see up here QR code. Scan the QR code if you are interested in tonight's deluxe bundle, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but it is so beautiful. You're going to love it. So let's start by saying hello to everybody. QQQ. First thing is a question. Hi, Lisa and everyone. I hope you're all well. QQ request. Can you say hello to my mum who's been in hospital all day? She'll watch later. It's my parents' golden wedding anniversary tomorrow. Kate, Willie, of course I can. I don't know your parents' names, which I would love to say hello to them personally. But hello, Kate Willie's parents, and a very, very, very happy anniversary. Golden wedding. Goodness me. How many years is that? Is that 50? I might be very wrong. But is that 50? I kind of think it is. Anyway, congratulations. And I'm sorry you're in hospital. That's not good to be, the night before your anniversary, is it? And where's he taking you? Is he taking you out? Is he treating you? That's what I really want to know. Because if Danny didn't, well, Danny doesn't even know when our anniversary is, to be fair to him. But yeah, I would be very disappointed. If he knows when the anniversary is, he should be taking you out. Anyway, good evening, Pat. Good evening, Crafting Diva. Hi, everyone. Hope you're going to all enjoy this new issue. I had the pleasure of working on it. Well, thank you very much, Crafting Diva. I am going to go through it. I'm going to be really good, though, because when you get yourself a magazine, I don't want to see I don't want to be me showing you everything. I want you to be looking at it. I want you having that cup of coffee, that glass of wine, sitting on the veranda on your holidays, on the train to work, wherever. I want you to have a little surprise. I will give you a peek and I'll show you a few things in there, that's for sure. But yeah, it's fantastic. And thank you very much for working on it. So hello, Rob. Hello, Jill Ball. Hello, Sally Ann Merriott. Hello, Valerie Cartwright, Debbie DeBose, Tracy Costello. Tracy Costello, I'm watching you on my TV, laptop and my phone while storing away my re-inkers. I have been doing some videos this afternoon on re-inkers. If you don't have re-inkers in your life, you need them. I tell you what, I use these more today than I've ever used them. And they are just as good as an ink, if not better, because they go so far. So yes, I would love to see what you've been doing with your re-inkers. Although you're storing them, I hope you're using them. So good afternoon. Good morning, Roberta. Is it good morning for you? I think it might be good morning for you. Hello, Melody S. You love my inks. Thank you so much. I am going to be showing you a little technique with the inks tonight as well, because I think it's really important for you to see them in action with the bundle that we've got tonight. But thank you very much. They have gone absolutely viral, our inks. They're crazy, but they are lovely, aren't they? They're so good. They're so good. Hi, Julian Godfrey, Sheena Hoolin, Jean-Quil McLean, Jan Wholesome, Scatterbecker, Rebecca. Hope you got on okay with Adrian. It is Adrian, isn't it? Don't make me say something wrong, because you know what I'm like, and you know it will be done without any like trying to be difficult or forgetting. I think I have really bad menopause brain, but I'm sure it is. No, Alex. Oh, Rebecca, tell me. I should know by now. Hi, Andrea Naylor, Patricia Knapp Taberner. Hi, Bella Fell. Looking forward to tonight as usual. Liked and shared. Yes, please make sure you all like and share to be in with a chance of winning. Hello, Karen Minai. Your cards have been lovely lately. So I'm so pleased you share them in the group. Thank you, Karen. Joe Smith. Hello, Daisy Rivera from California. Welcome. Christine Boardman. Welcome. Marion Allen, Carol Wheeler, Kathy Grimes. Oh, Kathy Grimes. Will watch whilst having my fish and chips supper. Oh, that sounds really nice. Really nice. Hello, Julia Green. Hello, Smoky Bird. I know, Crafting Diva. Fish and chips sounds great, doesn't it? Pauline Barrett. Handcrafted by Gaz. Oh, Gaz has just bought his ticket to the retreat. So for those of you who don't know, we are doing a retreat here in the UK on the south coast of England in September. It's going to be amazing. We are hoping to do one abroad. If not, we're going to be doing one online for you guys who are in America, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Italy, all these places, the Netherlands, that I can't get to. So yeah, I can't look forward to meeting you guys. It's going to be great. Or seeing you guys. Hi, Andrea Withington, Helen Gosling Smith, Jackie Roberts, Lisa Armitage, Deborah Rutledge McKay. Hello, and it's nice to have your company. Carol By. Now everyone wants fish and chips. Now that's the problem. Laurie Geetman. Hi, Lisa from Pennsylvania. Welcome. Laurie, nice to have your company. QQ. Right. QQ. I bought the big ass Christmas bundle, but was wondering what the plate does. Love it all though. The plate. Which plates did you buy, Gaz? That's what Rob, sorry. Oh, Rob's and Gaz's and Jason's and all you men joining now, isn't there? I get you all confused. Which one is that, Rob? Was that the Spellbinders one, or was that the stamping one? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Sarah Nielsen. Hi, Legion, everyone. I'm in London at the moment. What, in a beer garden? Oh, very nice, Sarah. Sarah is coming to the retreat as well. Hello, Christine Dyer. Hope you've been keeping cool. No, I haven't. I've been in here since 2:00 and I came in here because I thought it would be cooler than outside, but it's crazy hot. Hi, Catherine Thomas, Sharon Wild, Sue Stewart. Happy Friday, Box Kit, exciting. Marion Allen. Linda Irwin is just saying she can hear me. Seal Nocella from Pennsylvania. Yes and yes. Everyone's saying they can hear me now. Nancy Johnson from Northeast Ohio. Yes, and she hasn't even put where she's from tonight, and I still got it right. Crafting Diva, Debbie. I've done you. Jean Rowland, Fiona McLeod, Donna Green, Helen Woodley, Loud and Clear. Helen McLaughlin, you asked for a video on how to do the technique, didn't you, with the black background and the ink on top? You did. I'm going to do it tonight. I have done a reel and I will post that reel, but I have done a video as well. But I've also going to do it tonight for you so you can see it. Hi, Joe Scaines. Hi, Amanda Mitchell, Lynn F, Julie Moody. Hello, Cheryl. Hi, everyone. Very exhausting 24 hours as daughter-in-law is in hospital with appendicitis. Oh, my goodness. Wishing her a speedy recovery. Hi, Zoe Kane, Lynn Lampard. Goodness me. How are you? I am the boss lady, Roberta, but I'm not always the boss lady. I get bossed around. They all boss me around. They do. Julie Andrews. Oh, what a lovely name, Julie Andrews. Hi, Julie Hammond from Enfield. Rose Jekyll. Melting in Norfolk. I'm not surprised. Hello, Jean Black. Hello, Shelley's channel of miscellaneous stuff from Canada. Hi, Sandra from Cornwall. 50 years, I was right. Catherine Thomas, can you say again where you had your brush holders from? This one. If you're in the UK, it is a store called B&M. And is it B&M? Yes, it was B&M. And they were down the aisle where you get, your makeup stuff, like your little rotating things. That's Danny. What's up? Oh, I'll tell you a little story in a minute. Danny's just bought in, he's cleaning my car, and he has to clean my car. And you'll tell you why in a minute. No, they came from B&M. So they're like a storage thing that you get for your makeup brushes. And they just like 1, 2, 3, 4 compartments. Okay. And I bought a couple of them. I went back to get more and they didn't have any, not in mine anyway. But anything like that is really great for your brushes. And I put you can all see this, can't you? I put my large ones, medium ones, and smaller ones, and I've got my baby ones, and then I've got the ones I haven't used in here as well. But I try to keep, so here actually we've got 2 kind of medium ones here in the chunky size, but this half is for interference and this half is for blending. So I've always got the right brushes stored in the right places. Let's have a look. Can you buy your magazine on Scrapbook? No, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Laurie, because it's really important. I'm really sorry. I've got a really itchy leg. Keep going. Hannah Gosling-Smith. Hi, Sue Peachy. Hi, Jill Bacon. Hayley Beddoes. Hayley Beddoes. Back from Corfu. I'm ready for crafty loveliness. And you brought the weather back with you, didn't you, as well? Very nice. Alicia Endel, any chance the magazine will be distributed in the States? I had a conversation this morning. I'll explain what's happened. And you can't. Hi from Alaska. Hi, Reckon Sue from Alaska. Hi, Hannah Hicks. Oh, goodness. I'm going on a bit long with my chatting, I know. So I'm going to go all the way down. The inks are beyond good. Thank you, Jason Ansell. Hi, Sky Blue. I'm going to get to put a hi, Claire Hamer, my darling. Hi, Trudy Aylott. Hi, Juliet Gooden-Payton. The inks are amazing. Need to get the colour shift inks next, and then all the re-inkers. Honestly, you will not regret it. QQQ, it's Judith and George Fern. Judith and George, happy anniversary for tomorrow. Happy anniversary. Deanna Brace. It's not very nice where Deanna is. Hello, Diane from Seattle. Hi, Beverly Holden. Emma Woods. Oh, loads of you here. Tricia Scanlon. Right, okay, it's nearly 300 people here. Kathy Rayners. Hello, Kathy. Lisa Uncraft replying to Adam Frisbee. Dear Adam Frisbee. Oh, Adam Frisbee, you good man. What did I call it? Did I call it Mag? Adam, did I call it Mag? Hang on. Is he there? Has he mentioned anything? Right, because I think he's put it on thingy for me. And I put my phone on thingy, do not disturb. Yes, I did forget, Adam. I'm here. Because I put you on do not you personally. I had it on do not disturb because I've been recording and I haven't taken it off. Right. So first things I will go on to say is that the magazine, I'm really not going to go through all the comments. There's so many of you here. If you are watching this on Facebook, okay, and you haven't bought the mag and you are interested in purchasing the mag, all you need to do is type underneath the live on the page Lisa Horton Crafts on Facebook, type the word shop space and then the word mag. So shop mag, and that will send you a message in Messenger to say, hey, did you want the magazine bundle, the deluxe bundle? And then you can click on that and it will take you into our website where you can check out for the mag. Okay. So if you want to type in shop mag, you cannot do it on YouTube. It has to be on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, type in shop mag and that will be for the deluxe bundle. Okay. So honestly, it's beautiful. Right, so there is a ton of you here, and I'm so sorry that I haven't said hello to everybody, but the time is getting on. Now, what we need to talk about tonight is the magazine. I do not have finished samples because the finished samples went to the magazine. They are on their way back, I'm led to believe, but I don't have them yet. Now, those of you who don't know about the magazine, this is our 5th magazine. I thought it was the 4th, but apparently it's the 5th. I've lost count. However, the magazine comes in a box, and it has always been available kind of globally. Because of the tariffs this year, the people who produce the magazine told me today that it is not being shipped to America. And I would assume it's not going anywhere because of the tariffs. And that's because the parts that come inside the magazine are made in China. So when it leaves China, that humongous tariff gets applied, which means the American stores can't, they've got to pay for the tariffs, and it's ridiculous. So what Practical Publishing have done is said they're not going to ship it to the States. Okay, and I'm really sorry, and I would think that goes for Canada and everybody else as well. So if you want it, it's either from me or from your UK local supermarket. Okay, I think I don't know if it will be at Practical, at Craft Stash, or wherever, but all I know is it's available from me. It is available from me, and I appreciate shipping is not cheap, but I'm really not in control of that because it's not me that makes the magazine. So honestly, I do apologise if it causes a problem. Hi Mandy, I haven't spoken to you for ages, Mandy Jane Burton. So apologies that it is only here in the UK this time. I think before it was available across the pond, but unfortunately no. But let me show you what's in it, because the value is off the chart, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick you to the overhead. Now, I'd love to show you samples. So Crafting Diva, if you've got any samples you want to share in our group, please feel free to do so. If you want to share them on my page, please feel free to do so. But it would lovely. Anybody who's got some samples that they want to pop in the group that's worked on the magazine, brilliant. That would be fantastic. So let's flick you to camera 4 and we will take a dive in. Now, I brought the camera pretty close because I want you to see as much as possible. So when you get yours home, obviously yours will be lovely and sealed and there'll be goodies inside. Mine hasn't because I've opened mine already. Now, this would normally have been on TV, but I'm not actually on TV in July. So I'm doing the whole release here on our website for now. So this is the release number 5. It's a summer one. It's not Christmas at all, but it is very beautiful. So you get the magazine and you get elements that go with it. So we're bringing the magazine and let's take away. Hi, Linda Dance. No worries at all. Lovely to have your company. It's 300 people here. Goodness me. Right. So remember, if you want this bundle, if you type in shop mag, all right. So I'm going to do a flick, and I'm going to do that flick which gives you a bit, but it doesn't give you too much. So you'll see straight away on the back, there's a few sneaky peeks of new things coming out. And then here we go. There's all the how you get on to follow us, the Lisa Horton Crafts, Instagram, YouTube, the website, etc. And then here we go. All the way through, you get all of this beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, even a little Prue's made an appearance, but I'm not showing you everything again. So I'm just going to give you an idea. So you get all the way new stuff coming out, and then you get to the papers. So I will show you the papers. So you get these gorgeous papers. Okay. So these are going to be great when you see the other elements. So you could stamp your leaves on here. You could stamp your flower on there. You can do all sorts. The leaves would be great on this. They look fantastic. So you get all of these, and then the patterns get repeated. Okay, all the way through. Okay, and then again, there's a few more adverts. There's little toppers and stuff. And more artwork. Let's just open one. I'm going to open this one. Actually, no, that's not the one I want to open. The one I want to open is this one. So I'm going to open this one for you. Okay, and this one, and I'm doing this because I want you to see that embossing folder, okay, because when you see the packaging, you won't be able to appreciate it, okay? So that's the embossing folder that comes with the kit as well, okay? So all you need to do, if you're on Facebook and you're interested, type in shop mag, and you can absolutely go and this will be sent to your messenger, and then you can go and check out your basket. And that was done by Lorraine. Isn't it beautiful? And then all the way through, and then you get loads and loads of goodies. So I'm not going to show you any more than that of the mag, because I don't think it's right to do that. So I hope you appreciate that. But you get an idea of what is inside the mag, okay? So this is currently only available to us. Now inside the mag, it will all make sense. It will all make perfect sense. Lisa, get it in order. Now, when I show you this, now you know how you know why I showed you the embossing folder, because this is an A5 folder, I think it's A5. Let me get my, because mine are normally 5x7. So this is a 7. Oh, it's a 5x7. Excuse me, got that wrong, didn't I? So it's a 5x7 embossing folder, and you've got this beautiful artwork in the middle. It is stunning. So you can't really see a lot here, but we'll run it through in a minute so you can see it anyway. Now, I haven't run this one through because I didn't have this one, and I need to check what the sandwich is for this one in my machine. If anybody has worked with this and has got the Platinum 6 and knows, please let me know. And then we've got a gorgeous stencil. So I've done something similar to this, but this is mine was a bit more arty and curvy. This is a really nice full background stencil, okay? Very, very lovely, very lovely. Okay, so you've got that. And then you get these Lisa, it's because I've been talking since 2. You then get these dies as well. So if I bring those up for you, and these dies cut out beautifully. And of course you can use these, not necessarily with your kit, but you can build these up, or you can use this with the papers in the kit. And then you get the stamps. So look at the size of this stamp plate. So you get a ton of stamps on here. You get this beautiful, beautiful floral here, which is actually 5 inches tall. So if you're in the US and you do choose to buy it, you can kind of offset it if you want to, have it on the side of a card, use a bigger card if you want. You've got all these lovely little elements. You can do some masking off and create some beautiful backgrounds. Love this. I mean, I think these leaves are going to be used so much. And of course, you've got all these sentiments. So you've got a little hello, keep smiling, get well soon, thank you for helping me grow. Isn't that beautiful? With love, you are one of a kind, sending you a bouquet of birthday wishes. So, hello, Lynette from Ontario in Canada, Peterborough. I used to go to TV there in the UK version. So there you go. So that's your bonuses. So you're getting, first of all, you're getting your mag, you're going to get your papers in here, and then you get all these extra bits. Okay, on top of that, you get the following. Now, I am in love with this. This is probably, I really wanted to release this ages ago, and I've been waiting for the box kit because I know this is going to be phenomenal as a background. So make sure you type in shop bag if you want, shop box if you want the entire kit. Okay, sorry about that. It's not shop bag at all. That's absolutely rubbish. So shop mag, Lisa, get your words out. Shop mag, and you get the whole bundle. So this is a stunning embossing folder. It's 6x6. Mine has been loved and used a ton, and you will see it's really dirty. It's got ink everywhere, and this is a little technique I'm going to be doing with that. And I'll show you. Look, this is in white, and how cool is that? How many layers is that? When people say they do 4, 5, 6 layers, hello, Rhonda's here. Hey, Rhonda. My roses are looking incredible. Adam Frisbee, I know, my words are struggling today. Do you know what? Adam's taking a few days off next week, and I was having a panic today because he's not around next week. And then he's like, but I'm there on Monday. I'm around. What are you talking about? My brain is all over the place. So yes, so shop mag. So this is the embossing folder you get. It's just ridiculously good. And I've got a couple of samples I'm going to show you. Now, the video I did earlier today, this is what I created in the video using the embossing folder. Now that to me looks like those letters or number letters, not numbers, have been literally bursting off the page. literally bursting off the page. They look like they've been stuck on, don't they? So that's how, and that's using interference ink. You see that on the top here. So cool. And then one I made into a card earlier as well for a little reel. This is using colour shift ink. So the colour shift ink is a little matte. You can see it's very matte compared to that one. Very different, but very beautiful. So that's what you can be able to create with those. And these, we don't have a ton of these. We've got loads on the water, but we haven't got a ton in stock. We're going to give you these as well. We're going to give you the permanent glue, which is the full tape runner, which gives you the solid glue here. So you get 20 meters of this one. And this one is your dot glue. So if you've got your intricate die cuts, that's going to be perfect. If you want to do, if you've got sentiments, like sentiment dies that you just need a little bit of glue on, that's perfect as well. They're not refillable. Somebody did ask if they were refillable, but they are not. It was not cost effective to make them refillable. It just really wasn't. And it became unruly and super expensive. But we made sure we put plenty of glue on each one of them, so they're not disposed of kind of overnight. Okay, so I would not be using these if you're going to be doing a huge job, because then you will get through them. My TV is going to turn itself off, and I've just lost the remote control. Where is the remote control to turn my TV on? Oh goodness me, hang on a minute guys, hang on. I'm just going to leave this in your eyesight. Hang on, that's it. My come on TV, I've just pressed the OK button. This did that last time, didn't it? So that's fine. We're back now. We're back. I've done it. It's because it's been on for so long. So yeah, if you're doing quick jobs, these are great, really great. But if you're doing DT work, I probably wouldn't do it because you get through them quite quickly. But there is 20 meters on each. You've got 40 meters. So these are, I did, for those of you who don't know, I did like a sneaky thing of these before they come out, and I had them all blurred out. And everyone thought they were avocados. So they are now named the avocados. Somebody thought they were like something when somebody's expecting a baby. There was all sorts of inquiry at pears as well. We had lots of different ideas. So this is what you get. And it's, is it 27 pounds there or 29? It's not a lot. It's a great value for all of it. Okay, so essentially you get this embossing folder free. You essentially get this free. So what you need to do is, if you're on Facebook, type in shop mag, not shop bag, and not shop anything else or box, shop mag. So this is your magazine. Let me bring you back to camera on. It's really hot as well. It's like 29 degrees in my studio. I've got my shorts on and my words are all getting confused. So yeah, shop mag. It's a really good magazine, beautiful. I did stop doing the magazines, but they did ask me if I wanted to do just one more. So whether I'll be doing any more, I don't know. I don't think I'm in the schedule for any more because I didn't ask to be in the schedule for any more. But hopefully we'll see how things go and how well this one is received, because yeah, it was really nice to be asked back to do another one. So you get your magazine, you're going to get your stamps. It's a big A5 set. You're going to get your stencil, you're going to get your embossing folder, you're going to get your dies, and then you're going to get your Alphabet Soup 3D embossing folder, and then you're going to get your 2 tape runners. Okay, so I think that is a pretty good deal. Can't wait to receive mine. What a bargain. They really are. They really are a bargain. Can't wait to get mine. I need new tape runners. Hi, Linda Baisley, just joined in time to see the new magazine, including the Sue Stewart has got the rare first box kit. Now, the first one, Crafting Diva, I don't know if you was around or working on them in my early days, but I did one. It was just after lockdown. I mean, the picture on there is hideous, but it was that popular that it was selling for some ridiculous price on eBay, and now you can't even get it on eBay. You can't get it anywhere. I wish I'd kept one, and I use mine. I use mine because that's what they're for. And I don't even know where the magazine is anymore. I'm absolutely gutted. but it is what it is. But it was a very well-loved magazine. And what you need to know about the magazines, it's really important. Whatever anybody says to you, they do not reprint the magazines. If anybody says, no, I've got them to reprint some more for me, they don't do that. It's one run and then they move on to the next month. So it's only 12 magazines, box kit magazines a year. When they've gone, they have gone, okay? So just bear that in mind. Now, I haven't done one for a long time, so I don't know how long they're going to last. Donna Davis, will this be available in shops? It should be available, I think, in Tesco's and Asda and all of those stores. I don't know. I mean, I remember going into my store with one of the magazines and I couldn't find it. Maybe it's sold out, or maybe that particular store didn't carry it, but it was in all the supermarkets. Also, they do them in WH Smith's as well, or they did. So that might be worth a view. I can't think where else they would be, but they're definitely supermarkets, WH Smith's and me at the moment, and that is where you can get it from. So it's up to you. If you want to purchase it from me, you can get the magazine on its own. If you go to the website, you can buy the magazine on its own with the bits. You won't get the tape runners or the embossing folder, okay? Just be aware. Teresa Lancaster's got it, got number 1. Wow. Right, Kathy Grimes, she has bought the magazine bundle plus a roll of masking tape and the sheet cardstock. Now, that masking tape is phenomenal. It's the best masking tape, and you can reuse that. So when you use it the first time, just be mindful that it's quite tacky. So take it off on your trousers or something. And I use it all the time when I'm doing apertures. So I die cut a circle, heart, whatever it is, in the middle of it. And then I use it as an aperture. It's fantastic. What I will tell you is, which I shouldn't be telling you, I haven't got it in here, but we are doing a proper double-sided adhesive version. So that is approved, and I've just got to do the packaging for the box, and then that will be shipped out to us. So what I think I'm going to do is, would you like to see me do this? Would you like to see this? If you want, you make a comment or put a like or a heart or something, and let me know. Danny, when these launched yesterday, or were ready for preview yesterday, it went mental yesterday. I had my parents down yesterday, so I wasn't online at all yesterday, but he kept nipping into the shop because my phone and my watch was going bing, 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 bing with the orders. And we've had, it's been really busy. It's been really well received, so I am really grateful. So those of you who've got yours, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, okay, so what we're going to do then, if you put a comment, Mary Thompson, hello, Mary. Mary, did you get the embossing folder when you got your kit? And if you did, do you have my die cutting machine? And if you do you know what the sandwich is for the embossing folder in my die cutting machine? Because I haven't even had a chance to use it. Right, because the magazine, I did different projects, so I didn't do the what's in the magazine project. I did new things project. Yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. Let me have a drink first, then I've had my drink behind here. Now, who's coming to the retreat? Can you put a comment if you're coming to the retreat as well? It's too much information. If you're coming to the retreat, all I'm going to say is, very nice. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, right, let's have a look. Loads of comments here. Loads of you on. Excellent. Right, so you want to see. Right, Linda Basie is coming. Yay. Hobbycraft used to sell them, but not the special one. Actually, they didn't they? So Hobbycraft might. Oh, crap hat. Gaz is coming, Joanne Smith's coming, Jan Holsom's coming, Patricia Hasani's coming. Are you? Of course you are, Jane Hull, Christine Dyer, Jane Taplin, Tara Hatfield. Oh, it's nice to have some of the men coming as well. I know Jason's coming and Gaz is coming. I don't know who the other gentlemen coming. Of course, Danny will be there. Adam will be there. Dan Bancroft got an invite last Friday, didn't he? So Dan's coming. We've got a little bit of a change up. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I will do this demo in just a second. Cheryl's coming, plus her sister. Spellbinders, did you see my message about the sandwich? No, I didn't. I can't, honestly, you should see my feed. It is ridiculous. Was it a message, Lorraine, or was it because this is on silent as well. Let me just double check. No, hang on. I'm going to do an announcement about the retreat next week as well. No, it wasn't there. Could you? Oh, yeah, Crafting Diva used her Cuttlebug. Lorraine, could you write it again for me? Because I missed it. Honestly, my feed goes because I get all my streams coming in one place, so I see everything. It's bonkers. Carol Bye's coming. Going to bring your spreadsheets, Carol. Jane Taplin is coming with Michelle Burrows. It's only 3 months ago. I know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Everywhere you sit at the retreat, you have a view of the sea. It's beautiful. Right, anyway, let's get back to demoing, shall we? Right. So we're going to use a piece of white card. I'm using my Ish card because it's what I have to hand, and I'm using the A6 card. We are just about to bring out an A2 size. So that is 5.5 by 4.25. Yes, 5.25. Yes, I think it is 5.5, 4.25, something like that. Anyway, because it works really well with our composition dies and all the other dies that you bring out, which are for the UK and the USA. And we've got some new downloads coming for it as well. So watch out for the A2 size. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my base plate. I'm going to have my shim, and then I'm going to have my adapter plate, which is my D plate. So you've got your A. So many of you have got this little beauty. So you need your A plate, your F plate, and your D plate. Okay. So we'll put the other two away for a moment, and then we will do some embossing. But let me get out my silicone mat. Now this is my silicone mat that you can either buy individually on the website, or it comes in your Ultimate 2 if you've got the Ultimate 2. All right. I always have a spare one. If you do buy the separate one, it comes rolled. So get it unrolled and put it underneath something heavy. Nature of the beast, it curls up at the side. So put it under something heavy. All right. Or where it's curling up, turn it the other way round and put something on it. That's what I always do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some inks in, and I'm actually going to do this with Colour Shift ink and metallic ink. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Excuse me leaning back. Let me see what I've got. I'm going to go Summer Sky. Where's my other ones? I'm going to go Coral Waters. Sorry, they're all back here. And I don't want what you see in the back of my head, really. Or do I want Fruit Punch? No, Coral Waters. So I'll use those two. And then I'm going to bring in, where's the, I want the yellow metallic. So I want Sunshine. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of Under the Sea, all right? So let me flick you over and I'll show you where we're going, all right? So move all the mags out the way for a minute. I need the embossing folder in a second. So we've got on our desk, we've got Sunshine, metallic, we've got Under the Sea, we've got Coral Waters and Summer Sky, and we've got a little piece of white card. The other thing you're going to need is a black ink pad. Now, I am going to be a devil, and I'm going to use this. Now, I know this solid black is going to stain my embossing folder, but I know also that it is going to be permanent. So what it's going to do, as you can see here, it's going to stain your embossing folder. So if you don't mind that, use the solid black. If not, use yourself a dye-based ink or something that's water soluble that is going to wash off. Okay. Now remember, all of these are on the website. These are in a bundle. This is available separately. I think I can't remember if they're separate or in a bundle, but anyway, they're available. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to bring in that white piece of card. Do not stress this at all. This is really, honestly, such an easy process. So I'm going to use this metallic. Now, it's yellow, and I'm going to literally do this. Now, I'm not even being really fussy where the colour goes, all right? So pop this down anywhere you want, and then I'm going to bring in another colour in a minute. So this is just not, I'm not like, you can see there's lines, there's marks. I'm not bothered. I really am not bothered. But leave a little bit of white space. Oh, I would love, oh, hang on a minute. I missed loads of comments. Jane Rudolph Olshoes. I would love the original model of the in-person craft event, colder month, November. Yeah, unfortunately, do you know what? I thought that was a cracking deal, Jane. I did that the original way we were going to do it. But so many people said no, they couldn't afford it. They couldn't do that time. It was too close to Christmas. It was fantastic, but I'm sorry about that. Would Swift Dry ink work? It would work. It dries like as quick as this, so you could. But I'll tell you what we'll do actually. Have I got Swift Dry here? Let me have a look. Hang on a minute. If I've got a Swift Dry, I would do Swift Dry. Yeah, I have got. Let me do Swift Dry then, and I'll show you. Let's take this one out and let's do Swift Dry. Right, so now I'm coming in with the Coral Waters. And again, look, how random's that? Now you'll see this one is matte because it is a colour change, but it is matte. It's very matte compared to what we've got already, as in this one here. So the complete shift in style of ink. When I hold that up, I mean, the pink's still a little bit wet, but you might see that the blue is coming through. Honestly, it's so cool, so cool. So leave that like so. If you want to, you can get a little cloth. Actually, let's get another piece of card. That's what I would do. If I was in my room doing it myself, I would just take a piece of card and wipe off the excess, all right? So just wipe that. So that's all nice and dry now. Okay, so then we're going to come in with the green. We don't need a lot of the green. Want to keep, we'll keep some of that yellow still coming through. A little bit of green here, a little bit of green here. Look, you can see there's no care with what I'm doing. There's like marks everywhere. Keep that like so. Just honestly, just go for this. This is not a biggie. Now this is heavy. This is heavy. And what I'm going to say to you is, again, don't worry about it. Just really don't worry about it. And I'm going to come in here. Let's grab a little bit over here. Come in over here. I'm going to stress it. A little bit here. Look at that. Look at the lines and the marks. It's fine. Really do not worry. If you want to, if you're that bothered, if you're really bothered, I genuinely am not. Wipe that off. You can quite easily come in and blend it out if you want to be really fussy. I'm not. You can see that now. Just leave it like it is. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. And we're done. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that, and then I'm going to clean off my desk. This is such a great technique. I love doing this. And that piece of white card I had before, you can create some cracking backgrounds. Now look at that already. So that's another great one. Take that when you've got enough, it starts to stop going muddy. Keep that. We'll have that for later. We don't need to worry about that. Oh, thank you. Like that combo, do you? I do as well. Possibly. I love my pink, yellow and blue. That is me through and through. Look, I just shouldn't have done this on here. I would make anybody else put something down. When Leonie came down, I said to her, you are not standing at my desk without having a mat underneath you, because you're going to make a big mess. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be silly. I'm going to pop that down here and I'm going to pop that there because I just know. Right. So now we've got that, like random, bit shiny, bit messy, but actually it makes quite a cool background paper. But you can see some of the shimmer, some not shimmer, and the colour changing going on there. Isn't that lovely? So keep that like so. And then I want you to get your embossing folder, okay? You can do this with any inks. Yes, you can, Sue Stewart. If you've got the blending, Hannah Gosling-Smith, I'm torn between getting the composition dyes or getting the an ink pad collection. I'm going to be honest, I would go for the inks. Personally, I would go for the inks because there is so much you can do with the inks. It's ridiculous. Right, now, when you look at your folder, what I want you to do is start touching it. And I want you to feel what's raised. Now I can feel like some of these letters are really raised up. And then when I feel over here, they're kind of going into the embossing folder. So we want this side. We want this side. And Hannah, I was going to say, what is it that you enjoy doing? Would you use them? Would you make backgrounds with stencils? Even with a box kit stencil, just really simple. Because I'll do something with that in a minute as well. Or would you stamp with them? Would you want to paint with them? Or are you just going to be trying them out? Because again, that would be the other thing I would say to you. There's a different ones I'd recommend for your different experience level as well. But I would say if you would like to try something new, inks are a really good way of trying something new. But if you are comfortable with die cutting, go for the dies. Right, so this is your Swift Dry. Now, Swift Dry, obviously we know, is swift drying ink, great for stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on here how we play this. So this is a felt pad. So we can go really heavy over here. And that's all we're going to do, just rub that. Now, licorice isn't quite black. Almost black, but it's not quite. So I'm just going to do that, all right? And then I'm going to take this piece of card, face down, like that. Now, this is where I'm a really funny one. I have a thing about being tidy. I really do. And unfortunately, I drive Danny insane. So I'm taking a piece of, this is actually a piece of my 160, which is such a waste. However, it's what I have to hand. And I'm going to get my plates and I'm going to do what I normally do. And then I'm going to put a piece of this down because it's thin. And I'm going to put this down like so. Oh, you cleaned my car, Danny?
I have.
They don't know about it yet, but they're going to.
Spotless.
Good, so it should be.
You eat your dinner off that car roof.
Yeah, well, somebody else has been, so. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. So now I'm going to run that through, okay? And just run it through, like, really carefully, if that makes sense. Don't get really, I've got to get that through quick. Just take it easy and let that card drink that ink. So let's turn this over. Actually, let's move these out of the way. I might have to do a second one on this one because the ink dries fast. Let's have a look at where we are. And I'm going to lift that. Actually, that's done really well. Then I'm going to lift that up. And you can see that already. So now you could go again. I'm actually quite happy not going again. Right, I'm going to show you now. Look at that. So all that detail, let me know what you think. You'll go quiet when I'm demoing, always. Look at that. So what's happened here, okay? Hi, Tina. It's a lovely evening in Eastbourne, isn't it? It's really warm, isn't it, Tina? So in some of these areas where we've used the colour shift ink, the black hasn't stayed black because it's picked up that colour shift. Can you see that? Just on these edges here, it's gone blue. So how cool is that result? So you can have it like so. And that is all you need to do, okay? So you can pick your colours. You can choose how you do this. But remember, this little devil has got Swift Dry ink on it. Now, because it dries fast, I'm still going to do that. And I'm still going to get a piece of paper and I'm going to pop that inside, all right? I'm actually going to get the other piece as well. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that to one side. Now, I've moved that, but you could have easily got another background background. Well, you could get a background out of that. I wiggled it, which is such a shame there. But you could have used that to get more design. That's actually, I would probably keep that because I really like that. And then I'll get that piece, run that down as well. But then I would take that to the sink and give it a good old clean. But you do know you are going to kind of have a grey embossing folder after this. Look at that. So loads and loads of little elements, okay? Ladies, use your machines. That's why you bought them. It's very true. It's very true. Okay, so let's move these out of the way now. So I can pop that on the floor because I don't want my desk to be messy. And I'll come back and show you. So now you can see what a really cool result that is. I mean, I love that as well. I'm keeping that. That'll sit over here. And you know that mopping up we just did? Now it's dry. Look at that. What a cool background, eh? Tell me you wouldn't use that. Isn't that cracking? Just a great background. That'd make a great paper, wouldn't it? So just think about your embossing folders and how different ways you can use them. So you can do that technique on the one you've got in your kit as well. So if you want to use the floral element, you can. You just have lots of black background and a really stark focal point. But it's cool, and you can see those other colours coming through. So really, really like that. You prefer that it's not black, do you? So that this one is a bit darker. That's with the Swift. That's with the solid black, and that is where we use the licorice one as well. So you've got both options. This one was I think that was solid black as well on that one. But yeah, hopefully. I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that? All right, so use them, please use them. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to show you. Now, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? There was something. Let me just have a look. Oh, it was the stencil. So let's go back to the box kit. So don't forget to type in Shop Mag if you are on Facebook, okay? So let me show you how they look with a Swift Dry. So somebody was just saying about the Swift Dry. So let me show you. So Hannah, you were talking about whether to buy inks or whether to buy the dyes. This is how I would use my ink, right? So I'm going to stick with those same colours because I love them. And I'm going to bring my Ultimate out. And my tacky mat's on my Ultimate, which is great. So I love my tacky mat. So move these out of the way. Bring out that stencil. And let's have another piece of card. And get your card, lay it down. That's all stuck nicely. Love it, love it, love it. I'm also going to just take this and lay that down. Random. Now that's going to stick lovely on the tacky mat. So that's not going to move. Look at that. All nice and firm. So what you can do, I'm going to bring in, right, this is, I know this is naughty. I know it's naughty. These are the new brushes that are on their way. I think they're due. I'm not sure if these ones are due next week or they're due 15th of July. These are our new brushes. These are our Pro Blend brushes. So these are brushes that if you don't like heavy kind of ink, look, I'll show you what I mean. So if I take this Coral Waters, I'm going to do this on black as well, actually. I'll do a black afterwards. So you can take your ink and the Coral Waters. Beautiful colour, beautiful colour. And this is going to give you a much softer look. All right, so if you don't want heavy colour, the Coral Water, the brushes will give you a really soft finish, okay? So just lifting that up, you see you get that really kind of gentle look. All right, so these are going to be great for your backgrounds and things. Love these. So that is one colour. So that's Coral Waters. We'll leave that there. I'm going to use my other brushes because I don't have many of these beautiful Pro Blends. When the Pro Blends are in, I've got hundreds, more thousands actually coming. I will absolutely use those. I'm actually going to switch out this metallic to a blending, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want like a seamless blend now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this yellow. QQQ. Are they 1/2 inch in diameter? They're 1 inch actually, Roberta. The brushes. You get a set of 4. And then I'm going to mix this together. And you'll see this is like a heavier blend, but that's fine. But it will blend. So you've got colour shift at the top and regular blending ink. But they still blend like an absolute dream. All right. So now, let me just show you how we're going. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Very quick and very easy to do. Now, because we've got the yellow there, I think I'm going to go in with the blue. And the reason I'm going with the blue, because the blue is going to mix with the yellow. And let's find a brush. So now I can see I don't have a blending brush with blue. So I can now come and get a blending brush with blue out of here, a new one. So what I'll do with this one, because the blue, we know the blue's quite heavy because you saw that earlier. So I'm going to take this blue, look at that, it's really heavy. And what I'll do is I'll tap it off in my lid. I'm sorry, there's loads of comments. I'm missing them all. I'm so sorry. Also, do you interference? Hannah, you need to tell me what you like to do, and then I can tell you what ink is the best. If you're not an inker, if inking is new to you, I would 1,000,000% start with our blending inks or the colour shift inks. Colour shift are actually possibly the ones I would opt for, simply because you get the benefit of the interference, but the blendability. So if you haven't used many inks, I think the colour shift would be a good start. The only thing about the colour shift is you don't have a yellow, but you can always just pick up a blending ink in a yellow because it will work seamlessly with the colour shift, as you can see here. So personally, if you're going to get a set, go for the colour shift and pick up a yellow ink, and that will give you quite a lot of choice. If you're not into the colour changing, stick with release 1 of the blending inks because it will give you all your core colours. Right, put that one back in the thingy there. Right, you can hear me, can't you? I know you can hear me. Just running out of room. I've got so many brushes. Right, in the bottom we want to do a green. So let me bring in the green brush. All right, love this, love this, love this. Oh look, let me wipe that blue ink off there, because if it hits something else, that would be not good. Okay, a bit blue on there. Right. So now we're going to come in with the green, but it's like a limey green. It's so good. Honestly, Barb, this is what I do all the time. And this is how I was managed to show the differences between interference and the colour shift. Because interference is like majority of it is dye, so you don't see it in the lid, whereas the colour shift, you can see the chalkiness coming through. That's what I always do. And you know the ink's not going to dry in there because you're going to be able to go back and pick it up afterwards. But always tap off in your lid. So now I'm going to literally do this bit here. And then you can die cut this. Make a great, great background, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, I think Lorraine's answer. Oh, right. Okay. There's something going on that I haven't seen. Using the lids is fab. Yeah, honestly, game changer. Game changer. Use your lid. And now that. So now you've got this ombre background, and all we've used is a little bit of ink. That. Let me move this out of the way for a minute. And that. So seamless. And then obviously you'd need a bigger bit of card, but all you would do now is you'd mat and layer that onto a piece of black card. And how cool is that going to be? Can you see why I didn't pick the metallic yellow? Because it would have stood out too much against everything else, and I really like the effect that gives you. That's super cool. Right. There's so many comments here. I'm so sorry that I'm missing the comments. I will go back and have a look after QQ, but also, yeah. So Hannah, if you just wanted to have a blending ink, I would just go for release one blending. That was the quickest and easiest way to get good results. Release one blending. If you want interference, you want the colour change, but you're not used to using a colour changing ink or the properties of a colour changing ink, I would say go for the colour shift. But if you're starting out, 100% go for release one. Okay. Now, I'm going to use colour shift now. So I might just turn that over. Yeah, no, it's all colour shift on here anyway, except for one. Doesn't matter. So now we're going to go colour shift. I've got dirty hands. So let's do what we did before. So we're going to go Coral Waters. All right, move that out of the way a minute. Coral Waters, first one. QQQ. If you went over that with black, would it look as good? Yes, you could go over it with black because it would change. Yes, you would, because your undercolour is different to the colour on the top. Does that make sense? So yeah, if you've got colour shift, it will change. Right. So we know this isn't going to change. So this is no good. The yellow is no good. All right, because it's not going to work on the black. What I do have in the colour shift is the Peanut Glow. And on black, it's a yellowy gold. So that will work. So let me show you. This is going to be where it's a game changer for the colour shift. This is where you will see how good they are. All right. So Coral Waters, which is that pink colour. Now I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to show you this. This blows my mind every time. So we're using pink, yeah? Absolutely using pink. And we're going to go over this in pink. And I'm going to put the colour down and I'm going to leave it. All right? Like so. My fingers are grubby. I'm going to get very, very messy. Now, the next colour we used was yellow. Now, we're not using that yellow this time. We're going to use the Peanut Glow. Now, Peanut Glow, when you look at it, is quite brown. But that's when it's on white card. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let's grab the white card. If I get the Peanut Glow, it's brown, yeah? It's definitely brown. So we know that. So I'm going to put the Peanut Glow in the place where we put the yellow. Okay. Now, the difficulty with colour shift is seeing it on camera, but I would try and flick the cameras around and see where we can get the best view. All right. But phenomenal results. What you must remember, as I keep saying, you've got to let this dry. Very important. Or you'll be disappointed, simple fact. But you won't be, if you know what I mean. So let's bring the blue in, which is the Under the Sea, which I've made a mess with. So I'm going to put that somewhere else. I'm going to come on with the blue. And you can see the chalkiness of this. So vibrant, particularly this one. I don't know why. This is super vibrant. And then we'll come down here. So just going where we've been. And I'll put the lid back on. And I will wipe my hands eventually. And then the last colour is that green. Okay, so we'll come back with that brush. Oh, sorry about that noise. Come back with that green. Oh, Kate, really, wait till the new interference are phenomenal. The Alchemist ones just blow your mind. Gorgeous. So we're coming on with the green. Pop that down here. Now, if we remember The top one is pink, the next one is brown, the next one is blue, and the next one is green. I put a little bit too much ink at the bottom. I can see that because it's bled a little bit there. That's me. That's me over egging the pudding. There we are. All right. So don't forget Shop Mag if you want these. Okay. I'm just going to just wipe my fingers. That's how I do my cleaning up. And I've got my little cloth. Oopsie, hang on. I've got my little cloth. Just wipe my hands. All done. Let's move those ink pads out of the way. And let's lift this off. Now, you might not see too much yet. You can see a bit, but you can't see it all. Let me lift this up and take this away. So we know top, that's pink, that's yellow, that's, oh, what was that? Was that blue? Yes, that was blue, and that was green. So they're not all dry yet. I can tell they're not all dry because some haven't changed their colour yet. But let me lift that up. So can you see that now? That pink is now purple. That brown is now gold. These two you can't see very well yet, but let me see. I don't know if I can get it on camera 3. I've got a bit of a hot mess going on here. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it yet. Let me try. Not the easiest thing to see. Let's try camera 2. Let's try that one. Let's try that one. That might be better. Okay, so yeah, that's better. I've got it upside down now. It's not very good, is it? So we've got the different colours coming through. It's not dry yet, but you get the idea, don't you? So from that to that, sorry, that was the light changing because it's trying to compensate. This is very different, isn't it? Look at that. It's like really highlighting that black, isn't it? Here we go. Let's try again. Try that. There we are. So you get it anyway. So you get that. So let's come back to camera 1. So yeah, so that is what I mean about the colour shift. So if you are looking for colour changing ink, colour shift is the way to go. Interference as well, but interference are, so if you're colouring a flower and you want it ombre, I probably wouldn't use interference. If I wanted to colour it one solid colour, I would absolutely go for it, because when you move the card, the colour shifting and the kind of shimmer you get is off the chart. It really, really is. So let me wipe this off now. Let me just, I don't like it being super messy. So if I go to use this again, it will be, it will mark. So let's put that underneath. And has anybody got any more questions? Would it be different on different colour cards? Yes, it would be. So you'll get different tones. So if you've got, for example, I don't know, like a craft card or something, yes, you get a different tone coming through. It wouldn't change completely, but you get a different tone of that colour. Let's have a look. I'm glad it's not only me. Under the Sea always makes me think of The Little Mermaid. I'm glad. Kiki, are your inks water reactive? Right, Hannah Gosling-Smith, yes they are. Right, I'm going to show you one thing quickly. I'm going to go back over here. So my blending inks, let's do it with the blending ink. I'm going to go Shocking Pink. And then I'm going to go with that blue, all right? I'm just going to get a piece of card to put underneath me. And I'll just show you quickly the difference, which is not a lot. So, white card. Hang on, here we go. So I'm going to literally, is there one there? No, I only need one. So this will also show you the differences. So this is the matte blending. So I'm going to come down here. I think mine needs re-inking, but that's fine. So I'm going to plenty of ink on there. Cover that nicely. There you go. I mean, you can colour like that if you want to. So that is the Shocking Pink. And then this is Under the Sea. You'll see how this is a new one compared to that, the Shocking Pink. And then we'll come here. You can see how quickly that covers compared to the Shocking Pink, because the Shocking Pink is a couple of years old now. But that's what the re-inkers are for. So that's the two colours. And then what I'm going to do now, let's move that out of the way so you've got a nice clear shot. And I'll put that underneath as well. And this shows you how water reactive it is. Now bear in mind, I haven't handcrafted by Gaz. Holy fig moly. Bear in mind this isn't watercolour cardstock, so let's go on the pink. And you'll see that change almost immediately, right? So that is definitely water reactive. I'll do that in a second so you can see properly. And then this one is also water reactive. So I've got loads of water on both. I've done the blue because it shows it up, you know, quicker. And don't forget this one is a little bit dry, so that's also what you need to remember. And then I'm just going to take my kitchen towel and I'm just going to wipe that so you can see straight away. There you go. And then we'll do this one and I'll show you the difference, what happens. So the pink, let me zoom you in a bit. Let me go, come before, zoom you in a little bit. So the pink, you can see straight away is a regular water reactive, yeah? You can see that colour there. This one, can you see, it's water reactive, but you get these like colour faded elements. That clearly, you can see that. This one gives you a different version of that. So you don't get the solid kind of water reactive. What you still get is this. See, look, I mean, I'm going off piste a bit now, but it's fine. Where's my mat gone? There's my mat. So again, I'll pick those two colours again and we'll get this one. And I'm going to go like that. Yeah, so you've got your pink. And then you've got that blue, which is your colour shift. So they both do the same this way. Okay. And then when you add your water, so this is when it's truly water reactive. And you go, you see all those globules appear. And that's when you start picking up your colour. So yes, that's how water reactive they are. And you can see we've got a blending ink and a colour shift ink straight away. And they work together. So this way they give you that effect. And it's not so much on the blue, but you do get the fade out. But if you're looking for this kind of thing, either or is going to be great. And I'm actually going to get another piece of card from that one because that would be such a waste if I got rid of that, wouldn't it? Lift that up. Even that's lovely. That's great. And then I put a little bit of water down. I love ink. I just love ink. I think it is just such a useful product and you're going to get a lot of value from it. So this one's a much softer look. Look at that. There's your two backgrounds already, just with that little bit of ink. Just a little tiny bit of ink. So how cool is that? So let me wipe this off again, bring those in for you. So straight away, I think you can start to see what ink can give you and what it can do for you. That, again, you could die cut that out. Maybe you've got the compositions or maybe you decided to get the compositions first. But your ink is going to work with all of this. If you want to die cut flowers out of this, just so lovely. It's just so, so lovely. And so easy to do. That's the other thing. I've got tons of comments here. I'm going to tell you about Danny in a second. What happened to my car? Is there new ink coming out? Yes, there is. One day, could you please do a little video how you re-ink your pad, please? Yes, we can do that. I'll speak to Paola about doing that for me if she gets a chance next week. That was great. Your technique of painting an embossed flower with re-inkers. Could you do this with ink pads, please? Yes, you could. So you know when it's had about 50,000 views, this video I did, and I got my re-inkers and I embossed. This isn't ideal, but I embossed something, and I got a brush and I put the re-inkers in a little palette, and I literally coloured the embossing folder with the re-inkers. Yes, you can absolutely do that with your ink pad. So what you'll do is you'll do that squishy thing and you'll put your ink down and you pick up your ink. The beauty of a re-inker is it's concentrated. So you're going to get a more heavy duty finish. Now, the interference is going to be great for it because they're so juicy. And so is the colour shift. Your blending inks, you probably need to add a little bit of water in with it. And then that will make them a more soft muted tone. But yes, you certainly can do it. Certainly can do it. Oh, you're very welcome, Hannah. So if it, hi, Bill, Beth, Bishop, lovely to have your company. So yeah, and Sherry Henderson. Oh, Claire loves ink too. It makes me happy. Claire, got a little project for you in September. Ink, 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 I think would be a good move. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, so loads you can do. So let's recap on the kit and what you get. Now, obviously, my stencil is filthy, but I'll bring it over anyway. Oh, listen, before I go. Right, all right, okay, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it and I don't care. I know I've got to go. Danny will be going, where are you taking ages tonight? So I'm literally misting all that colour. So Hannah, another good thing if you want to use stencils, take a piece of white card, put it face down, right? And then I take a cloth and just tap it. Tap it, tap it, tap it all the way over. Don't move it. Just tap it. Right. It helps you use up some of that ink, but also, I love it. Love it. Just love it. It gives you your negative. All right. I don't know if you can see that. Let me go camera tool, camera tool. Got the negative. See that? So you get another background. Don't waste it. Just don't waste it. Great for a little journal, but you can see the benefit and what you can do with your ink, can't you? So many things, so many things. That's why I love ink. But I get it. If you're not into ink, that's fine. But ink doesn't have to be messy. That's the other beautiful thing about ink. They are not messy. Okay, so let's come back to the box kit. Right. So the bundle is the box kit magazine. Your magazine. You also get your stamps. You also get your dies. You get your embossing folder. And you get your, I'm not going to hold it up though, you get your stencil as well. So I'm going to put that back because it's wet. So you get all of that. Then you get that. Phenomenal, we know. And then you get your permanent. Get that one. And you get that one. And if you're on Facebook and you type Shop Mag, you'll get the entire bundle. Just lovely. Just lovely. So a little story before we go. Danny has befriended the seagulls on top of our house. And the seagulls have now had 3 babies. So there's Mummy Seagull, Daddy Seagull. And of course, Seagull is named Seagull is named Stephen, and if you get the joke, so Stephen Seagull. So we have Stephen outside and we have Mrs. Stephen outside. So we now have a big bowl of water for Mr. and Mrs. Stephen. And they love to come up to the door and they come into the shop and they have a little wander in the shop. They kind of get Danny's attention. So he has to get them a little treat. They love a cat biscuit. So if Prudence hasn't eaten the biscuits, then they get a few biscuits. Then they eat the biscuits and then take them up to the babies up top, which is great. And I love to see it because it's just really, really lovely to see. And so many people are mean to seagulls. Seagulls were here before us, in my belief. They can be a pain, especially down here, but yes, we look after them. We look after our seagulls because they're not mean to us. However, my car is parked out the front, and the seagulls every day, we can imagine what they do on the bonnet and the boot and the top of my car. And I said to him, if you're going to keep feeding them, you're going to have to clean my car. And Stephen, he just sits and he loafs. He just sits there like a big loaf, and he sits on the boot of bonnet of on the roof of my car, just staring in the shop because my car's right outside, staring in the shop to get fed by Danny. So I looked at my car today. They've obviously had too many Gap biscuits, is all I can say. So Danny's been out there with a bucket tonight. If he wants to feed them, he can clean my car. That's it. Anyway, the Prudence just annoys the seagulls as well. They dive bomb you when they're protected. They don't dive bomb me and Danny, though. That's the thing. They just come down and they come into the shop. But I understand they do dive bomb people. Yes, Joe Jasper, you knew exactly where that was going, didn't you? You absolutely did. So Prudence climbs up onto the shed out the back, and then she climbs onto the extension, and then she climbs up into Lily's bedroom window, but she sits outside Lily's bedroom window. And then the seagulls, the babies, are above Prudence's head. So she just winds them up, just drives them insane. So they're squawking, and the mum and the dad are around. So all in all, it's like Danny's out there like Dr. Flipping Doolittle at the moment. It's driving me mad. And I've got a messy car. Anyway, so you can all tell him off at the retreat. Okay. Sue Stewart had Jack and Jill. It's bonkers, isn't it? You always thought Danny was the caring type. Yes. I think he prefers animals to humans, you know. I never knew, but seagulls are protected. Yes, they are. Our seagulls, we had the shop before we actually lived here as well. So we lived in a little village, but we moved here because it was more practical. And we live above the shop now. But the seagulls were there before we moved here. And then they used to dive bomb Danny. And he wanted to get rid of their nest up there because they've nested there just forever. And we discovered they are protected species. And now we've kind of decided not to hate the seagulls. We've kind of brought them into our lives. So we've got Stephen Seagull, Mrs. Stephen. There's 3 babies. Then the babies that go off, and then the whole thing starts next year again. But Danny's been out there. Tell Danny, if he doesn't keep your car free of bird poo, it will ruin your paintwork. Exactly what I've told him. And especially in this heat, we can tell I'm getting a bit about it now. Especially in the heat when it dries on and you can't get it off, right? So he knows. He knows. They are a nuisance, Jan. I absolutely agree with you. They're a pain, but yes. Anyway. So clean bird droppings. Yes, exactly. You see, you all know where I'm coming from. What can I do? I'm not hard. I'm not mean. I can't. Anyway, they started walking in now. They say good morning to him. He opens the front door. They walk up into the shop and say, and then they go off again and have a little drink and wait for him. Stephen and Stephanie. That's right. Kathy Rayners, I can't find the magazine. If you scan that QR code, you can find it. But if not, if you go to shop and there's a drop down, it says all categories. And in the drop to all categories, there's one called new arrivals. If you go into new arrivals, you'll see it there. You can either get the bundle or you can get just the magazine. So have a look there. If not, what I'll do is I will put a link into the group when I come off. Anyway, I've been far too long tonight, but hopefully the demo was great. You've got a bit of inspiration, and hopefully I've talked to you a bit about inks and everything. So I'm going to do the winners and the giveaway, and last things, Facebook shop mag. Now, I have got a meeting next Friday. I'm hoping to be back, but I've got to try. It's about 3 hours away where I've got to go. I'm hoping to be back for the live. If not, I will make sure there's a video, but hopefully I will be back. But the winners, Joe's got 12. seagulls. Goodness, I think I would probably shoot Danny as well. So the winners are Sharon Wild and Annette Frederick. Please put a post in the group and say, Danny, I'm a winner, and Danny will get a prize out to you. Okay. Gloria Davis, if you can order the bundle from us, even if you're in the UK, but you can't buy it in the UK, if that makes sense, because the tariffs that they're not shipping them to the UK, to outside the UK. Yes, he'll have to buy me a car cover. Yes, and uncover it every time I need to leave the house. So congratulations, winners. I will see you all next week, and we've got some news next week. New product next week. Maybe, maybe not. I'll see how we go, because there's been a lot of new product lately. But have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine. And if you're across the water, Canada, Australia, America, I hope the weather's good with you too. And I will see you all next week. Have a great one and take care, everyone. And I hope you get your magazine. See you later. Bye.